I am
And I am a young
black.
A young black.
Young
Black. A young black.
black
Black equestrian.
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 black equestrian.
Equestrian.
Black equestrian.
equestrian.
Black equestrian.
I'm a young black equestrian.
I am a young black equestrian.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Young Black Equestrians with your hosts, Aubriana Johnson
And Caitlin Gooch.
Today, we have with us Aaron Baxter, who is, you do a lot of things. I can appreciate people who do a lot of things.
That's right.
So today, we are going to hear all about that. So briefly, if you would just tell us about yourself, kind of where you're from and what you do.
Well, my name's Aaron Baxter. I'm from the east side of Chicago, South Shore neighborhood. I'm a cowboy, video gamer. I make music. I coach and teach kids. I coach basketball. I'm an athlete, and I'm a professional bull rider as well.
Nice.
A bunch of awesome things.
Yeah. So how did you even get into horses?
I actually, in the South Shore neighborhood, that's where the Chicago police keep their horses.
Mm-hmm.
They're kept at the South Shore Cultural Center. It's like, at the time, it was about 3 blocks from our apartment, and I was 1 year old. My mom would take us on walks along the lake and stuff like that. And it just so happened to be 2 of Chicago's black cowboys up there, Art Reed and a cowboy by the name of Jerome. And they had 2 horses up there, and the guy, he saw us walk up, and he was like, he looks like he's going to be a cowboy. And my mom, she told me, mind you, I'm 1, I'm still in a diaper. And she was like, well, he doesn't even go to people. And he held his arms out to put me on the horse, and I just about jumped. Oh. And from there, I kind of just stuck with it. They told me to watch rodeos, keeping up with rodeos and stuff. It was hooked from there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Aww. So what made you transition into bull riding?
Craziness.
But gotta be a little bit in there for you to get out there.
Right.
The main thing that really got me into it was just keeping up with it. Like I said, the cowboys, the first thing they told me to do to like stay involved in horses and keep my attention was to watch rodeos. And bull riding being like the grand finale of the rodeo, and me looking those guys in 2003, my aunt, she had a stroke and a ruptured brain aneurysm, and the surgery left her with short-term memory loss. And I was in 3rd grade, but I spent a lot of time at home, making sure my auntie was doing okay. And as like a allowance type thing, my mom was like, "You want to go to Disney World?" And I was like, "I want to go to the PBR finals. I'm trying to see." And this is as a 5th grader. So I got to meet everybody like Ty Murray and Tater Porter and Michael Gaffney, Cody Custer, like everybody. And from there, they were like, "You can do it. It's not like something you just can't do." So I'm like, "All right, I'll try it." And it took a while. I got on my first bull at 21, but by the time that happened, I had never lost the want to do it or anything like that. So I'm still keeping it rolling.
That is cool. So growing up, did you take lessons?
For horses?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, in a way I did. I was given opportunities through many people that's helped out along the way that just would allow me to just ride their horse. We give them a phone call. You think you bring them to the park, ride a horse every once in a while type stuff. But honestly, the way I learned how to ride a horse by myself was from an episode of the Wild Thornberrys.
Love the Wild Thornberrys.
Yeah, it was show. So when they were doing the wild horse race, and she got herself in trouble getting on the horse, and she had to remember what her mom told her about how to control the horse, and I was like, wait a minute. Maybe this is how you do it. And from there, I was like, okay, let me ride by myself. You ain't got to walk me around. I think I got this.
Mm-hmm. That has to be the most interesting way I've heard so far.
I know. That's like the most millennial way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually failed my only horseback ride. So,
Your only class, like
yeah.
in school?
Yeah, my only time ever taking any type of lessons to learn how to ride a horse, I did not come out of the class scholarly at
I'm
all.
gonna use that. I'm gonna say that when I next time I fail something. I did not come out scholarly.
It's like the professional way to say it.
Yes.
That's the way you let them know you got it. You just didn't have it that day. That's all.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Well, why do you think that was? Was it like a Western riding class, an English riding
It was
class?
an English riding class, and that was completely new to me because cowboys, we used to hop on, take off,
Mhm.
come back wet, unsaddle them, let them cool off, give them some treats and stuff. But English riding is like full technique, learning how to really get in tune, and I learned a lot. It's just to pass the class, I didn't get over the hump. That's all.
Yeah, I understand that. That, especially when I mean, there's a lot of things like when you're naturally good at something, and then you have some kind of structure or like a test on it, and they have this box that they want you to fit in. It's like, nah. I'm still good at it though, but not.
Right. But this is not me.
Not this one. This ain't my day today.
No. Well, that is.
Yeah, my horse, she actually stopped to use the bathroom in the middle of the part where we were supposed to go from jogging to cantering, or from walking to cantering. And I was like, can I like start over? And my teacher was like, no, go from there. And I'm like, so from a stop, go to a canter. Okay. Test was over with from there. The horse wasn't messed up. It was all bad.
Oh my goodness. So what did you go to school for?
I went to Southern Illinois University at Carbondale for equine science.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
That
makes sense.
It makes perfect sense.
Yeah,
like nobody
but
else has done that. That's interested in horses.
I only here because actually my mom, she had a stroke the weekend she came down for a family weekend, and just decided to come home and take care of home because my mom and my aunt both stay together. So I just decided to come and take part in making sure that everybody's keeping the noodles together.
Yeah, well, that is very admirable of you, but you still got a lot going on, yourself.
Right.
So, what are some of the challenges that you faced in the industry, whether it be horses or bulls? I know you said you're pro now, but I knew it took some time to get there.
Well, the main challenges has really just been a geographical kind of thing, because being from the city of Chicago, there's not too much opportunity. Like there's space, we got forest reserves and stuff like that, certain locations that you can convert, but the opportunity isn't there because the city isn't used to things like that. So for me, that's been the main problem coming from the city, coming from the inner city. Like for a while, we've been like on foot, not really necessarily in a vehicle. So most of the practice pens are like 2 and 3 hours away and stuff like that. I'm not getting there. I'm at home on a yoga ball. So different things like
Those can
that.
be
Those
pretty rank though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, most definitely. Get you together.
That is, well, yeah, I can see how that would be, especially for the bull riding situation. So what did you do to become pro at this?
Really, it was just God blessing me. I've been working really hard at trying to get better at it, because most things I do fall into naturally, and bull riding is one of those things that's challenged me. So it's made me more hungry to even keep going. And I actually had to take about 2 years off total, just from physical and mental injury, because it's my first time facing physical injury that stopped me from doing something that I wanted to do, and different things like that. So that's really been the thing that's been kind of a challenge, and kind of the thing that's pushed me as well to be able to keep going with that.
Wow, that is awesome.
What was the injury?
My first rodeo, I dislocated my foot.
Wow.
First rodeo, first time ever paying my money to get on a bull and try to get some money back. Did not go well at all.
I watched some of your runs. What do you think was your best?
So far my best was my last rodeo ride at the PCB deal in the Sears Center, Hoffman Estates. It was for their
Remember you got like 7.3 something
it
like that.
was 6.9 on the clock.
How many?
7.69.
Oh, I knew it was 7 something. It was close.
Yeah, you got to go 8 seconds. So I was real close. But that
Oh,
was my
yeah.
best ride. It was a pretty big bull. He spun the whole time. He made me hustle and work hard, and I kept up with him for the most part. Even though technically I didn't ride him good, I still rode him with a lot of heart, and that's what put the credit on it. So
Mhm.
that's definitely what made it worth it. That's definitely one of my favorite for sure.
Mhm. What is the difference, I guess, between an amateur rider and a pro rider? Like, once you're a professional, does that mean you have a card of some sort, or does that mean you have sponsorships?
So you're 100% correct. Most of the rodeos, like my first couple years rodeoing, it's like you're technically professional because all of the shows pay out money, and if you get money for your athleticism, you're technically a professional. But because I didn't have a card or a membership, I'm considered, it's almost like a freelance. So now that I'm riding with PCB and I know for sure that's who I'm going to be riding with, that's who I'm going to be going down the road to do their shows and things like that. Now I can officially be considered a professional bull rider. But the sponsorships and getting the membership, that does come into play when you do turn the phrase of being a professional.
Okay, cool. Speaking of things you do naturally, tell us a little bit about your music.
Well, the music really just started from me, like kind of writing spoken word, paying attention in high school a little bit. And it's always been something that's been involved in my life. Like I used to tap dance. Not many people know that. I used to sing in the choir, different things like that. So just hanging around my friends, let a beat come on, we start rapping and stuff like that. I just noticed, I might be all right. Might be kind of. So I just started working on my craft. Every day I wake up, most times there's some type of song jumping in my head. They got to fall onto a pen and paper or in my notes or something. So I just try to keep going with it, see what I can make out of it.
Yeah. And tell us what you just released and where we can find that, or tell them we know.
Right.
Right.
I just made my own music video. Like I participated in a video prior to that. It's called Pride Lands by Derek Phoenix, and it's featuring me. And in the video, I'm on horseback, we're riding around and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. And I made a music video of myself with my own song. It's a remake of J. Cole's Middle Child. And I edited all of the videos of me riding, a couple of videos of me on the horse, and mixed in the videos from the other song and made it look like, like the actual music video. So I kind of put that out because it came together nicely. I liked it. It worked with the song and stuff like that. And now I'm kind of interested in like still working on making more videos and stuff like that. So the talents and the interests just keep expanding and keep trying to come up with something that we can participate in. That's all.
Yes. That is like that right up my alley. As somebody who edits a lot of videos, I was watching it and I was like, okay, switch. Okay, with the two side by side. Okay.
Yeah. Most definitely.
That is too much. So how would you say being involved in the horse industry has impacted your life?
In a major way. I would not be who I am without it. I probably would have lost myself a long time ago just because there's so many different challenges. Like, man, I couldn't give it enough credit, honestly. Just to know that I've been doing it since I was 1. I'm 26 now. And just all the time and energy, all the getting kicked in the leg and horses taking off and being scared for a split second and overcoming it and taking part in all of the rodeos and stuff, it can't get any more credit.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah. That is definitely admirable. Because I know we have Caitlin and I completely understand, how I feel like a lot of people who are not in the horse industry don't understand the sheer impact that it can have. Like, oh, like that's just a horse. Like they stay outside, they, are doing their thing outside. And then we're like, no, you don't understand. Like you don't understand.
But yeah, sometimes I kind of joke and like call myself a every horse cowboy because I've never had my own horse that was just like mine. I get up every day, put a saddle on him, and go. So it's like anybody who's offered me, you want to ride my horse, you want to see how anything, I hop on, and it's always instant connection because I've always understood how deep it is and how important it is and how to really just thrive off of their energy and their being because they're really special animals.
Yes,
Most,
they are.
yeah, most definitely.
You have plans of owning your own horse one day?
Oh yeah. I got plans on hopefully starting a horse training business. Like right now, I train people's horses. Like if you got work piling up heavy, you haven't had time to go out and ride your horse, I can go spend an hour, 2 hours, and go ride your horse and stuff like that. I'm easy in the hands, smart in the saddle, so it's not like your horse is going to be in any bad shape messing with me or anything like that.
He's already got his phrases down. Like
right.
that is a pitch right there. Okay. Let the people know what they want to hear. All right.
That was my problem in my horseback riding class. I was out there trying to steer a truck instead of ride a horse.
Well, you learn.
Yeah,
every situation provides a lesson, and it's the people that can retain that lesson and recognize it that go farther. But what do you see as far as your future in horses? I know have your training business, but especially the bull riding.
My future is just to get more people involved. Like that's always been the thing that's made me feel like really good about it. Like I've gotten a couple of my best friends on horses before. I almost got one of my best friends to get on a bull. I was this close. Like he was literally next, but I ended up dislocating my shoulder on my ride, and he was like, "Never mind."
No, thank you.
But yeah, that's really the main thing. It's just getting more people involved because I know for me how special it was in my life and how it changed it. All of the things that I could have been exposed to if I didn't have the wherewithal to say, let me try and ride a horse Saturday instead of go and do anything else in Chicago. Like, so just that alone, I want to be able to share that for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
We're like the same people, except we don't ride bulls. But
yeah, the bulls get a little crazy.
Yeah. Caitlin's dad, huh?
I said I can only imagine because I've seen it, but go ahead.
I was just gonna tell him that your dad holds Hispanic rodeos at their horse farm.
Yes,
okay.
And it's crazy.
Yeah, it's like wow.
Yeah, I used to get Harry Peo videos sent to try and like scare me off of wanting to ride before I ever got on bulls. Like when I was like 11 and 12, I used to get my mom's friend from Mexico used to send the videos up. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a little different.
It's really crazy, and it's so just the bull business in general, because they would come like days before and bring the bulls in these long trailers, and where we are, they have to leave the bulls in the arena or whatever. But I'm like, wow, like look at all these bulls, and just to see them go from just chilling to just bucking and going after the riders, the next day at the event. It's a huge change up. It's like, oh, well, you are not that friendly.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Like it's been a couple times I've been to rodeos and in the back pens, like the bull will just be a big baby. All you do is just go back there and then they load them in the chutes, and it's like, is that the same dude? Like,
right.
Jesus. So It's definitely a stark transition sometimes, but that goes to show you that they're really athletes and they really know their job as well. So it's a testament to how well those guys really put in work to train them.
Right, and that's what we were. What's his name? Sticky Haynes. We did an interview with. That was the bull rider, or no, he didn't ride anymore. He would like trade them. I think.
Damon Haynes?
Yeah, Demar Haynes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know of him.
We interviewed him and that was one of the things he was saying. Like, people put a lot of money into these bulls. Like, they see chiropractors, they get massages. Like, they are probably taken care of better than some horses, better than many horses.
Yeah.
So, you know, when there's people using that defense, like, oh my gosh, the bulls don't want, it's hurt, it's it. Like, no, that's their job. Just like riding a horse, it's their job to be calm and not to buck you off. Like, it's the complete opposite. It's their job to buck, and they know the quicker they get it done, the quicker they can stop.
So it's really cool how they go through the process of training them. And it gets pretty deep too. Like, the last time I was at a practice pen, there was they had a couple of the bulls practice with the bucking dummy, and it's just really cool to see them figure it out. Like, just for that split moment, like when they figured out, like, okay, if I really get it going, they let me chill out. Okay, cool.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So is the practice pen for people to come practice, or is it for the bulls to learn and train?
It's a mix of both. It's a mix of both. Like, sometimes they have practice pens where it's like they know they got bulls and not many people gonna ride, but the bulls need to work out. So brave enough, come on. And then they got other practice pens where it's like you can ride everything, and it's just about making sure you get your abilities together, get your confidence right. Because, like I said, I took 2 years off because my first rodeo, I hung up, dislocated my foot, and came back to the practice pen. And 2 bulls later, I hung up again on both bulls, getting stomped on 5 seconds apiece. So I had to take a year off just for the mental injury. I was physically fine, but mentally, I'm like, do I want to put my hand in that rope one more time?
So hung up means that your hand got stuck in the rope?
Yeah. You come off the bull, your hand's still stuck in there. Now the bull's jumping around, and you're not on them, but you're on them, though. You're stuck to them. And it can get rough from there. Like, they take a big jump that you can't keep up with, and you end up underneath them. It can get scary.
Yeah. How'd you get your hand out?
Him stepping on me.
Oh.
Yeah, he stepped, and the pressure just pulled the hand out just from him stepping on me. I mean, hey, it's luck of the draw. It is what it is.
Yeah.
That's one of the lessons it taught me, was to accept my decisions, accept my actions, because it ain't no turning back, and it helps you to live your life to the fullest, really.
Well, that's cool. I like that.
You got to take a lesson in it some way, because if not, it's just a beating.
Your perspective on life is probably different from the average person.
I know. I'm like, I could just see you just like, I want you to create a lot more music, because I can just see listening to it and just feeling motivated.
I appreciate it.
Yes. So are there any other suggestions or gems that you would share for someone who aspires to be in the position you're in right now?
The main thing is to just stay humble and focused, because like I said, my first time really wanting to ride bulls, I was 12, and I didn't get on my first bull till 21. And that was a long time of trying to make a life-changing decision. Like, every time you nod your head on one of those bulls, it's a life-changing decision. And to hold on to that and to have to be firm on that, that's the main thing that I took with me as a lesson, was to just remain humble and to stay focused, because there were opportunities that could have come to me during that wait that I didn't get. And if I had not of taken them as a grain of sand, I wouldn't be in the positions that I'm in now, because some of those same people that closed that door are now arms wide open because they see me for what I'm putting out. So it's all about just remaining humble, remaining just firm in what matters to you. And whatever anybody else got going on is not going to affect you if you don't let it. So just keep on rolling.
Yes.
Thank you.
That's very good. That is very good. Caitlin, do you have any questions for him?
I do. So in where you live at, let me think how to word this. Like how where we are, we kind of get kids involved with horses. Do you have opportunities like that to get kids involved with horses
So
at all?
right now, as far as the Chicago and Indiana area, we got it going on about 2 or 3 different fronts. We got Stagecoach Productions and the Buffalo Soldiers. That's a company that I work with and ride through. We wear the Buffalo Soldier uniforms. We go out and do the parades and stuff like that. We pass out information on the Buffalo Soldiers so kids can know their history and things like that, and to let them see horses as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then also through Stagecoach Productions, we do pony parties and different things like that to be able to have the horses in the community. But there's also a Broken Arrow Horseback Riding Club and the Red Shirts Horseback Riding Club, and trying to think of the other name of them. Can't think of their name. I think it's the Renegades. It's something like that, but they all do their part in making sure that the kids get the opportunity, because the opportunity is there the same way that I got hooked. All you got to do is see them. Like the last Saturday in every July, Broken Arrow does what we call the High Noon Ride, where we ride the horses from Washington Park to 31st Street Beach along the lakefront. So anybody on Lakeshore Drive gets to see. Like back in my day when I was a kid, it was like 200 horses. It was incredible. but now it's like 30 of us. We kind of still try to keep it rolling and stuff like that. But just to have the opportunity to just be a kid in your car and look and be like, wow, it's like 40 horses on Lakeshore Drive. Like how is this happening? So that's definitely one of the things that we participate in and keep rolling and try to keep opportunities going. But right now, with the way Chicago is kind of moving and trying to get more institutions in, like the Obama Museum and changing up golf courses and stuff like that, we're trying to get some footing to be able to really do something serious and have something solidified to keep horses in the city, because it's always been a part of Chicago's history.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, good luck with that. I mean, it sounds like it's something that you guys are already, pretty set on, and you got one foot forward already. So I'm very excited to see where that goes.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Because if we can get something going and actually get some kids involved on a larger scale, people can really find out what Chicago is made of. Because most kids are like insanely special. Like it's crazy. Like just from me coaching, I've ended up seeing so many kids, like they've surpassed me already, and I'm just like, hey, y'all think I'm halfway famous? Like, wait until y'all finish doing y'all work. Like,
yeah,
pretty cool.
These positive vibes are awesome. Like this energy is everything.
Yes. Yes. Well, I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to talk to us, because this is amazing. We're in our second round of interviews for season 3, and it's like initially we were like, okay, hey, anybody want to be interviewed? Anybody want to? But now we have like so many interviews lined up, and we just started today, so it's amazing to see the sheer variety of people. Like Black people themselves are diverse. And when you get into the horse industry, you're like, okay, how many of us are there? There's a lot. There's a lot. And we all do different things. And that's what Young Black Equestrians is about. Just highlighting those things, because people don't know. People don't know.
Yeah, I try to tell folks all the time, like most times I hear like and you the only black cowboy I know, or you the first black cowboy I ever heard of. And I'm like, y'all don't know the whole generation of people I came up under. Like, just in the city, that's a small percentage of black horsemanship and being black farmers and cowboys. That's a very small percentage, and I know a lot just off of Chicago alone. So it amazes me, and to know that it's a bigger, diverse community, and it's just widespread all across the country the way that it is very interesting. Like, it's something that I've fallen in love with completely.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing I've always appreciated about like the Western life and the rodeo life, is because so far the way it seems, everything is recorded history. No matter whether it's in the rodeo arena or outside of the arena, it's all recorded history. It's all something that means something to everybody involved in it, and that's what makes us all a family, and that's what keeps us all together, no matter what walk of life we come from.
Yep. Doesn't matter the discipline.
Yeah.
When you started, we've talked to people who didn't start until they were adults, until they were much older, and that's one of the things that horses do. I mean, it brings people together, and I mean, people do that over like cars and other random things, but having to develop a relationship with something that has a mind of its own and sharing that relationship with other people, like it's unmatched. It's not like it.
Nothing.
Most definitely. Yeah, most definitely.
Well, all right. Well, we're gonna let you go. First, let us know where we can find you on Facebook, Instagram. Tell people about your YouTube. You have a YouTube too. We'll get people on that too. Sure.
So Facebook, I'm Aaron Baxter. You look me up, I'm probably the only black cowboy you'll find under the name. Instagram, it's 0_Nitty1. I spell 0 XEARO, Nitty NITTI, and the number 1. And then my YouTube is 0Nitty as well. And from there, I got some old stuff from like high school projects, but my YouTube is where I'm gonna be putting a lot of my music videos and stuff if they keep rolling. And then musically, that's my rap name. I go by 0Nitty. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. That's where you can reach me at.
Good. We will put that on all of our stuff so that our audience can find you.
For sure.
What was I gonna ask? What do you edit your videos with?
I actually did the whole thing on my phone.
Of course.
Yeah. I used a little bit of iMovie, and then I used I think it's called, I think it was Flipagram. I think it was just regular Flipagram. Yeah. And I just took videos that I got saved from me riding, spliced them as best as I could with what I had, and just made it work. It had like a little effect you can put on the screen. You put enough of them and look professional.
You got that right.
Gotta use what you got.
Yeah. Very
like my whole music career exists on my phone. I've been making music on my phone. I haven't hardly been in the studio at all, maybe about 10 times lifetime. But most of the stuff, I got like almost 200 songs on my phone. It's probably just gonna exist there.
Oh my goodness. Well, you gotta share that. You gotta get it out there.
Trying, it's hard to choreograph all of that. You gotta buy these beats and get the studio time. It's tough. I'm still paying for rodeo gear. My Spurs just exploded on me last week.
Oh man.
That's right. I know that's right. You know what? You just gotta hit that angle, the sponsorship angle. Just sponsor the rapping cowboy. Okay. Make it happen.
Call me the Renaissance cowboy.
That's funny.
How you just gonna take my thing, okay?
That's our all day Renaissance.
Yeah.
That's
I got to go to Europe to study World War II. So we got a whole bunch of like information on stuff like the Renaissance and King Henry and all other types of stuff. Like this noggin got so much unnecessary information.
It'll be useful one day. You never know.
Yeah, like now, you just educated us.
You're like, take this left, you can get to the Eiffel Tower. I don't know why I know this.
That is hilarious. Well, all right. Well, you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Young Black Equestrians. Leave a comment on this interview with Aaron Baxter and tell us what you think. If you are listening on a podcast platform, please leave a review and rate our podcast. We appreciate our subscribers. Are you one? If not, hit the subscribe button today. Tune in next week.